If you've been watching K-dramas for a while, you would know that these series will take you on a roller coaster of emotions in every episode. That's why we can't get enough of them. But there are just some scenes that are hard to forget. They touch our hearts so deeply that the feelings still linger even after we've finished the drama. Here's our list of dramas that are perfect to watch when you're in need of some angst. Number 1. When Ji-young sacrificed herself for Se-byuk in Squid Game. I was enjoying the budding friendship between Ji-young and Se-byuk in Squid Game. In episode 6, when they decided to pass the time by talking, I couldn't help but think that they would be wonderful friends if they get out together. When they discussed their personal lives, their pasts, and what they would do when they survive, I started getting emotional. And finally, when Ji-young sacrificed herself for Se-byuk, the conversation between them was heartbreaking. Seeing the cold and expressionless Se-byuk with tears running down her face and hearing Ji-young say, "I have nothing," really broke my heart. Number 2. When teacher Kim found a handwritten note from her father in Hi Bye, Mama. I love how Hi Bye, Mama portrays our pain when we lose someone. In this series, Yuri helps the souls of the dead find their peace by sending messages to the loved ones they left. What struck me the most was this scene in episode 8 where a father asked Yuri to write a letter for his daughter. The father told his daughter that it's okay and she can let go of all her worries. Instead of feeling sorry for him, she should remember him as a strong person, and that he will always treasure everything she has done for him. It sure was very reassuring to receive a letter from a late loved one, and it reminded me of my late grandfather. He would always assure me that everything will be okay, even if I fail. While watching this scene, I wished that I can also have the opportunity to receive a letter from my grandfather who would tell me that it's okay. Number 3. When Soo-yeon was so relatable as the breadwinner of his family and At a Distant Spring is Green. Anyone who has experienced financial struggles will probably relate to Soo-yeon. Coming from a poor family, he can only focus on school and work to be able to make ends meet. Thinking about how strong he is bearing his struggles and responsibilities alone made me emotional while watching this drama. Number 4. When Jin-ju's mom said that she must go back to her son in Go Back Couple. I know it's been years since this was released, but I recently watched Go Back Couple. It's a short series compared to the usual 16-episode K-drama, but this series definitely struck a chord. We all have our what-ifs. Sometimes, we feel like we made the wrong choices in life, and most of the time, we learn to realize the value of something when it's gone. I remember crying in the last episode, especially when the mom said that Jin-ju had to go back to her son. It's hard to lose someone you love dearly, and it's harder to let go when you're given the second chance to be with them. It reminded me of when I lost my mother, too. I still have those moments of what-ifs. I would also love to have a second chance to be with them and be able to do the things we missed while growing up. Number 5. When Young-won confession his unrequited love for many years in Relay 1988. Fans can agree that Reply 1988 had many feeling second lead syndrome for Young-won. He's often remembered by fans for his wish to be with his childhood friend but always being a second too late. He finally confesses his real feelings and it had fans tearing. The scene flashbacks from his present confession to past scenes of them together. He explained how he always thought about her. When they were on the bus, the concert, and how happy he was. But realizing he was always too late for fate. In the end, he realized he had to give up his love for her. Number 6. when Do-shik finally opened up to Hai-jin in hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. It's not easy to open up about your past mistake, traumas, and fears with other people. But seeing Do-shik tell all of that to Hai-jin, and her accepting him wholeheartedly despite his past, made me bawl my eyes out. It reminded me that acknowledging your pain is the first step to healing, and it's also important to surround yourself with good people who can accept you. Number 7. When Hong Se-ah got the bankbook from her parents in 18 again. Money was deposited on her account for all of her firsts and milestones. Her parents remembered it all. The day when she was born, her first time to sit on a shopping cart, her first steps, when she said daddy for the first time, when she learned how to ride a bike, and the day her dad received a scarf from her. The last date was to remind her that they are always by her side and that they love her. When she burst into tears and called her dad to say she misses him, I cried, too. Hong Se-ah thought that her parents didn't care much about her all this time. I realized that sometimes, we forget that our parents think about us and love us so much. We take for granted the time we spend with them. It reminded me to treasure and intentionally make time for my own parents because we all have one life to live and we need to prioritize what matters most. Number 8. When Yoonji's mom broke down in tears while waiting for a heart donor for her daughter in hospital playlist. I had mixed emotions while watching the whole hospital playlist episode, especially when I saw the moms supporting each other due to their children's health condition. As a mom myself, I felt Yoonji's mother's pain while congratulating Minchin's mom as she waits for good news for her own daughter. As she was sobbing alone at night. I wanted to hug her myself. Number 9. When Jae-won confesses his feelings to Sona at the restaurant in Lovestruck in the City. The Netflix K-drama, Lovestruck in the City will be one that will stay with fans for a while. It tells the heartbreaking reality of love and relationships. No story had fans feeling more emotional than Jae-woon's and Sona's. Fans might even be upset at Sona for abandoning him and lying to him. In episode 8, Jae-woon visits the restaurant where they promised to meet years ago. Now drunk on soju, he thinks the real Sona in front of him is only a dream. She plays along because she doesn't want to really confront him. He breaks down saying he can't forget her. They were married and it was real for him. He explains his anguish trying to find her for 5 years. Saying every day, day by day, he dies a little inside. Number 10. Sung Jun's death in Crash Landing on You. Audiences went through quite a roller coaster in episode 15 of the hit Netflix K-drama Crash Landing on You. The scene had some hearts going in a frenzy and teas running amok. Se-ri is in critical condition in the hospital. At the same time, Sung Jun goes to rescue Seo-dan and gets injured in the process. The scenes alternate between both their critical states. It had fans on the edge of their seats wondering who will survive. Se-ri is having flashbacks of what could have been if she never crashed. Sung Jun gives a monologue about fate and if one had to die then it should be him and asking what Seo-dan meant about liking ramyun. Fans sobbed over his death and Seo-dan losing her new love. Which K-drama scene made you sob the most? With all these heart-wrenching moments, these series have been etched in our minds as we cry along with the characters. Hopefully, you had enough tissues to wipe away your tears. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please like, comment and share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you on the next video.